I mean, it feels real good, so I'm gonna make a declaration right here, right now. From this moment forward, I'm a one-woman man.
I have the leverage.
That's why you ain't gotta die out here on this gravel. It's hard enough for black men to stay alive without you adding to the numbers.
I'm already a number.
To get the hippest trip in America bouncing off its hinges. That's right, the one and only Soul Train Don Cornelius style.
You ain't got no sex tape on me. You want to call me gay, but you find a dude, please. Find a dude. And then what I always joke about is if I'm so gay, send your chick over to my house for the weekend, see if she come back, see what she talking about.
Hello.
Hello, may I please speak to Malcolm?
You got him. I don't recognize your voice, sweetheart.
No, that's because you've never heard it before.
My partner in crime, Shemar's mother, she's gone. This is not a game. This is my whole life, everything I've ever known.
Woman, you promised me one thing. Whatever happens, don't you ever stop talking to me.
Shemar Moore? Oh, honey, he's always been the center of attention. Whether it's those heart-stopping looks, the way he snatches up every role he touches.
Van's empty. Shots fired. LAPD, drop the weapon.
Or those whispers about his high-profile romances with some of Hollywood's finest.
Halle Berry's a beautiful woman. We're having a lot of fun.
The man knows how to keep the streets buzzing. But let's keep it 100. His charm is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind that $1 million smile is a whole lot of drama, rumors, and questions that keep the gossip mill spinning. From the tea on his love life to how he shuts down haters without breaking a sweat, Shemar's life is anything but boring. Born on April 20th, 1970, Shemar Franklin Moore didn't come into this world with a boring script.
I was born in Oakland. I'm from the Bay.
Oh no, his story was set up to be legendary from the start. Let's talk about his pops, Sherrod Moore, for a minute. This man wasn't your average father figure.
Okay, my father was a Black Panther. My father was good friends with Tupac's mama. People don't know that because people don't ask me questions.
You're seeing what I mean, right? That's some serious family history. Right there.
My father's in my life, but on my terms. I defend my mom. He wasn't good to my mom. We touched on it earlier that we lived overseas, and we did that to protect the family unit. But my father was erratic and being consistent and doing right by my mom. And my mother, enough was enough. He ended up spending 4 years in San Quentin when I was a baby. And so now, fast forward to this day, he's in my life. I made a decision to help him because he was in need. So I bought him a place to keep him safe, and I wish the best for him. But it's up to him to live his life.
So, I'm raised, but my mother's white, my father's Black. I lived out of the country for the first 6 years of my life. My first language was Danish. I lived in Denmark for 3 years. Then I lived in Bahrain, Arab island in the Middle East for 3 years. So I didn't live in the United States until I was 6.5 years old.
And then there's his mama, Marilyn Wilson. Now she has a whole vibe. A math teacher with a mind sharper than a tack and a no-nonsense attitude that would have you straightened up real quick.
Shemar's been great since he was a very little boy. When he was a little guy and they had to have cookies for school, I said, honey, let mama show you how to make cookies. And since then, since Shemar was about 8, he's been the baker in the family. And he bakes very good chocolate chip cookies and oatmeal cookies. Great. I remember one time when he was about 3 and I was crying and he just came over with some toilet tissue for me to wipe my face. What makes me proudest of Shemar is the way he treats people. That's very important to me. He treats people with respect.
Plus, her roots, French, Canadian, and Irish. So Shemar's upbringing was full of culture from all sides. Can you even imagine growing up in a household like that? It wasn't Oakland that shaped Shemar's early years. Oh no, his mama, with her wisdom and foresight, wasn't having him grow up smack in the middle of the racial turmoil of the 1970s. So, what did she do?
And so my white mother had to break it down for me. So I didn't know what Santa Claus was until 6.5 years old. I didn't know what was until I was 6.5 years old, till a red truck with some white dudes drove by me calling me and I didn't know what it was. My life story before Hollywood, my mother has quite a story. My father, not close with my father, but his story is crazy. I mean, like I said, we could sit here all day. You want to hear, but what I'm getting at is my life before Hollywood is far more interesting than my life in Hollywood. But I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish in Hollywood because I did it by my damn self.
Shemar's climb to fame, it wasn't an easy stroll, honey. It was more like a full-blown race to the top. And it all kicked off back in 1994.
I started out on Young and Restless in 1994. Had a nice little 8-year run, and then I think, is it true?
When he stepped into a role that had everybody talking. He became Malcolm Winters on The Young and The Restless.
Wondering how she's doing?
Neil, do something about it.
Prove it to somebody.
For 8 whole years, Shemar brought to life that smooth, complicated Malcolm. Let me tell you, he had the fans weak in the knees. The chemistry, the charm, the swagger, he had it all, and they couldn't get enough. The man was a whole TV sensation with a presence that just couldn't be ignored.
My face.
Drew, stop, please, look, just listen to me.
I will not listen. I just want to forget about the whole sordid incident.
And don't get it twisted, he wasn't just good. He was so good, they gave him a Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor. Yep, you heard that right. He took home an Emmy for that role, turning heads and solidifying his spot in Hollywood. And remember, all that love was coming from a young actor just getting started with the world watching.
You seem surprised I'm here.
Yeah.
You know your wife called me.
She told me it was her idea, Mal.
What do you remember about that? And what would you tell young Shemar in that moment? What would you tell him?
What I remember and what I just heard is I hadn't hit puberty yet. And I would have told that young man, after you make a couple nickels, you're gonna get some new teeth. Seriously, thank you for bringing that up. I did just celebrate this past April. April 6th, 1994, I got hired as Malcolm Winters on The Young and the Restless.
By the time the late 90s hit, Shemar was already out there making moves that were nothing short of legendary. He became the 3rd permanent host of Soul Train.
Yeah, no, Soul Train helped me. You ain't lying. I mean, Soul Train, I was reading teleprompters. As an actor, we read our scripts and we memorize our lines and we get out there in front of the cameras, hit our marks, do our thing. But standing up and hosting and reading teleprompters, that's no joke. People don't know unless you're in it. That's hard to do. And so I didn't have a lot to say last night.
Taking on a role that once belonged to the icon Don Cornelius himself.
Now, your host and the 3-time Emmy-nominated co-star of the CBS daytime drama, The Young and the Restless, Shemar Moore.
And baby, he didn't just host it, he became the culture. Shemar brought that energy, that swag, and he showed us all how to groove, keeping us hooked for a solid 4 years. But hold up, did y'all really think Shemar was gonna just stay in one lane? Nah, honey, he was thinking of bigger. TV stardom wasn't enough for him. He flexed those acting muscles in the big leagues too, starring in Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
You don't get it, do you? See, when you really love someone, you can't just be their friend.
Holding his own alongside a whole cast of acting legends, and you thought that was his peak? Nah, baby, think again. In 2005, Shemar made the leap from daytime to primetime, becoming Derek Morgan on Criminal Minds. Every week, he was out here serving us that tough guy charm with just enough vulnerability to make us swoon. 11 seasons, over 250 episodes. Shemar was putting in that work, y'all.
Feel free to call me if you have any other background questions. My phone number is 702-555-0103.
And by the time Shemar hit his stride, he wasn't just another face on TV. Nah, he became the face of a hit show. One of the most talked about heartthrobs on primetime television.
Excuse me. Yeah, talk to me, baby girl.
Are you at the crime scene?
Yep.
But let's get into the real tea, honey. The crown jewel of Shemar's off-screen drama. His epic feud with Criminal Minds co-star Thomas Gibson, the ultra-serious FBI unit chief Aaron Hotchner.
Can't talk to me like that.
Get off my crime scene.
Well, are you going to hope to get back on the show now that Thomas has left?
I always say the elevator doors closed, they can always open again.
When Gibson got fired in an explosive fashion for allegedly kicking a writer, Shemar didn't just sit back. Oh no, he dropped a cryptic Instagram video throwing just enough shade to have social media burning up with gossip. Karma? Baby, that was the vibe.
I believe in karma. Good things happen to good people, honest people, hardworking people, humble people. Good things will happen to you. It's not always easy, but you gotta grind it out and you gotta believe in you. Treat people how you expect them to treat you. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your blessings as you should. But just know that you're not better than anybody. We all have our own gifts, so unwrap them bad boys and show them off. But then appreciate other people's gifts.
I wish Tom was nothing but the best. Okay, well, good luck to you, and hope a lot of fans want to see you back on the show, man.
I love my fans all day, every day.
But that wasn't the only drama brewing. Rumors also started swirling about some serious behind-the-scenes tension during Shemar's time on Criminal Minds. sparking speculation about why he left in 2016 after 11 seasons.
Millions of fans of Criminal Minds were blindsided last night when it became clear that Shemar Moore was finished.
Last night was not goodbye. Derek didn't die, so anything's possible, and I'm not leaving to go be a big star and try to make a lot of money.
By the time he bounced in 2016, it wasn't just about acting anymore. He had bigger fish to fry, including his starring role on CBS's SWAT, now in its 8th season.
Be advised, we still got a little girl inside.
And don't forget the messy public spat with CBS when they tried to cancel SWAT. Shemar wasn't having it, calling out the network online and dragging them for pulling the plug on a hit show.
I got sunglasses on late as hell at night because I'm a little bit sad. SWAT got canceled. It makes no sense. Look up the articles, read the articles. We're the best show on Friday nights at 8 o'clock for CBS. The last 2 years we've been killing it, us and The Fire Show. The Fire Show that comes on right after us. And respect to those brothers and sisters. We've done nothing wrong. We did everything that was asked for. Did you know that I am the only African-American male lead on network television? It's all about money, y'all. They said we're canceled, but guess what? I don't think we're done. CBS is either gonna wake up and realize they made a mistake. Sony is gonna do their math and realize that this is not the right move. I hope we can have a kumbaya and come back together and continue this show because it's a good time for families across the world.
His fiery words went viral, and look what happened next. CBS did a whole 180 and reversed their decision.
Hey, what's good? It's your boy Shemar Moore, aka Hondo, and the rest of my SWAT family. We're back. CBS Fall, Season 8, baby!
At this point, Shemar was a certified household name, and honey, the whole world couldn't get enough.
Whatever happens, don't you ever stop talking to me.
Fast forward to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, where Shemar slid into the role of Randall Handel.
You know, bro, those guys right there, they're way more than my groomsmen. That's my squad.
Officially stepping into the big leagues with blockbuster franchises. And just like that, he snagged a whole new fan base, making waves in the world of CGI and video game legends.
Oh my God, Rachel.
But don't get it twisted. It hasn't all been smooth sailing for Shemar. Back in 2013, the man found himself smack in the middle of some serious scandal when he got accused of assaulting someone at a house party. The drama went down quick, sparking a full-blown investigation and sending the gossip mills into overdrive. Now let's be clear, nothing came from it. No charges, no legal fallout.
You know, social media, you know, things get blown out of proportion. You know, they can take your words, they can mix it up, this, that, and the other. You know, quite simply, Friday night, I had some friends over at the house, and some people got thrown in the pool just on some goofy stuff, and some feelings got hurt, emotions got high. The police were called in, and by the time police called in, everybody settled down and was like, oops, this really wasn't that big a deal. We've all hugged it out. It's a done deal. But as far as, you know, negative press, and it used to bother me early on in my career, you know, because I wanted to make everybody happy. I wanted everybody to like me. Here's what I'll say about haters. If they're hating, you're doing something right.
But baby, the whispers, oh, they never stopped. The tabloids had a field day, and that story stuck to Shemar like glue. Even though no proof ever surfaced, that heat had the public eye on him for weeks, adding even more spice to his already sizzling reputation. And just when you thought that was it, let's talk about the endless rumors surrounding Shemar's sexuality.
You ain't got no sex tape on me. You want to call me gay, but you find a dude, please. Find a dude. And then what I always joke about is if I'm so gay, send your chick over to my house for the weekend, see if she come back, see what she talking about. You know, but I don't run my mouth like that either, because then I'm caught up, then I'm arrogant, then I'm this, then I'm that.
Since the 90s, he's been dodging those love life questions like a pro, with gossip columns spinning wild tales about whether he was out here loving the ladies or the fellas. But Shemar, oh, he wasn't having it. He clapped back every single time, shutting that mess down.
They've even come here today lying. So I don't have to defend myself any longer with people that do not want to tell the truth.
Because you're a sneaky, trifling slut.
Then came 2017, and just when you thought things were calm, bam, the drama picked up again when Shemar was linked to none other than Phaedra Parks, the feisty Real Housewives of Atlanta star.
So to the haters out there, you know, I clapped back like a couple months ago. They were trying to put me with Phaedra Parks, and no disrespect to Phaedra Parks. I don't know the lady. I met her one time, and then they, you know, and all this, you gay, you this, you a sellout, you this, all the shit I heard all over for years and years and years. I'm like, and I did this little stupid thing on Instagram, just clowning in my backyard, and it made a bunch of noise. And I'm like, look, you can talk about me all you want. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. I still look good. I know what I'm capable of. Okay. I can act. All right. So aren't you tired?
After some flirtation on a talk show and an Instagram post where Phaedra called him her BAE, fans went completely wild. But Shemar wasn't playing along. He shut down those dating rumors faster than you can say, no ma'am.
And so I was out just training one day in the middle of the afternoon, and I was going up along a road called Sepulveda, which is a windy road out by my house in LA, and a old guy about 70 years old in an old school Cadillac was coming around the corner, and I was up ahead, and in the turn there was a car next to him trying to pass, and I guess he got spooked by the car passing him, and he veered to the right and didn't realize how far, and he ended up in the bike lane and hit me at 40 miles an hour. Spun me off the bike, and I landed on the ground. Cracked my collarbone, cracked a couple ribs. I broke my left fibula, which is a smaller bone of the bones in your leg, and then walked away. And I'm sitting here, 8 months later. It's a blessing. So
yeah,
I'm
wasn't your time.
But here's the thing about Shemar. No matter how many times he shuts it down, those rumors just keep coming back. Every time he thought he cleared the air, something new popped up, and he was back out here defending his love life yet again. Shemar Moore's life, baby, it's been straight up Hollywood drama. Back in 2006, the heartthrob found himself in some serious heat when he was caught speeding through the streets of Los Angeles at 65 miles per hour.
I was lucky, and I'm not trying to just sound dramatic, but how I didn't die that day, how I didn't end up in a wheelchair.
And to make it worse, the man had a blood alcohol level right at the legal limit. The legal fallout was real. He struck a plea deal that kept him out of jail, but handed him 3 years of probation, 80 hours of community service, and the oh-so-glamorous accessory of an alcohol monitoring bracelet. The cherry on top? He pleaded no contest to a speed exhibition charge, and though the DUI was dropped, the drama was just heating up. Fast forward to 2009, and Shemar was back in the headlines, this time as the victim. While he was out cycling, a car hit him going 40 miles per hour, breaking his leg and leaving him with a mountain of unpaid hospital bills.
That's okay, baby. I'll get with you a little later, huh?
Yeah, in your dreams.
Most definitely.
Dot, the driver, Philip Randall, found himself facing a lawsuit from Moore, who claimed that the accident was totally avoidable. The legal drama dragged on with no real resolution, but Shemar used the whole ordeal to reflect, calling it humbling. Sure, getting hit by a car could have been the end, but in true Shemar fashion, he spun it into a survival story.
My partner in crime, Shemar's mother, she's gone. This is not a game. This is my whole life, everything I've ever known. I've been quiet because I've been crying a lot. I've been yelling and screaming. No, 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 no. We had plans. Our journey was already great. Journey of a dreamer, journey of a dreamer. It was already great, but we had plans. We were almost there.
And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, bam, enter Keith Tisdale, Moore's former friend and co-star. Their bromance turned sour real quick when Shemar found out that Tisdale had been out here embezzling over $60,000 from his charity, Baby Girl, LLC, Tisdale, who had been living the high life off Shemar's generosity with car rims and vacations, was arrested and later admitted to grand theft. Ouch. Despite all that, Shemar stayed true to his roots. He's always been a mama's boy. His mom, Marilyn, battled multiple sclerosis for years before tragically passing away in 2020.
My mother has multiple sclerosis, and she's been fighting it for 15 years. No, she's good. She's a little cracked. She's a little cracked, but she's hard-headed, and she's not going to break. That's my mama, and I got her back.
To honor her legacy, Shemar founded Baby Girl, LLC, a clothing brand that donates all proceeds to fighting MS.
So what I'm doing is I'm just taking, we got hats, we got shirts, we got nighties, we got booty shorts, we got bracelets, we got watches, we got all this stuff coming, and this was just a fun way for me to keep the baby girls looking sexy and cute, but a large part of the proceeds goes to fighting for a cure for multiple sclerosis.
But let's not forget about Shemar's love life, because honey, it's been real eventful. He's had his fair share of high-profile romances, including flings with none other than Halle Berry and Toni Braxton back in the day, keeping those tabloid pages nice and full.
Then I'm dating Halle Berry back in the day. I'm dating Toni Braxton back. Now I'm not okay, but this was 20-something years ago. So when I first come in the game, I'm this half-naked dude on a soap opera. Then I'm with these ladies, and so nobody know nothing about me. So, and my thing is, to this day, I ain't got no drama.
But in the last few years, Shemar seems to have found some stability. On January 24th, 2023, he and his girlfriend, Jessary Dazan, welcomed their first baby girl, showing that even in all the chaos, there's room for a little love and family.
Can you say more? More? Good girl. Can you say please? Good girl.
My girl is no joke, Jessary Dazan. She's no joke. She teaches that sign language. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to learn, more.
You're right. Exactly. Thank you.
No more. Thank you. All this stuff. So I'm trying to learn it all. But no, she's my little miracle. She's my little. She's the rest of my life. You know. Now it's no longer about me. I just got to be the best version of myself, so that daddy knows that she has a dope daddy, and everything I do is for her and my fam and my girl. But yeah, Frankie, she's what, 10-step squat, and she's so happy.
I feel like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, is what I'm hearing,
Could I show you something?
Yeah,
I don't know if you can edit it. But if I can show you something, this is really funny. Now watch this. This is gonna make you laugh. Okay, so that's me.
That's you.
Okay, that's me. Okay, that's me. Okay, now watch this. That's Frankie.
The same face, literally the lips, like.
Right? No, that's my daughter. Right?
As of now, Shemar's net worth is sitting pretty at $22 million. That's thanks to his acting gigs, producing credits, and his modeling career. But when it's all said and done, he'll be remembered for more than just the glitz and the drama. It's that charm and his devotion to his mother's legacy that has his fans hooked. Love him or hate him, one thing's for sure: Shemar Moore is here to stay. And trust, the gossip mills, they're not done with him yet.